the rest of the image menu commands. Hi guys, today we have a very small lesson dedicated to several commands from the image menu. There will be no homework, so just watch and remember. Let's see what else we have left in the image menu. First of all, we still have a mode. As you can see here, we can choose both the color mode and the number of bits per channel. The number of bits per channel determines the color depth, how many shades will be represented in each channel. And if we choose 8 bits, it will be just 256 gradations per channel, which is more than enough. Therefore, I recommend that you, of course, leave 8 bits. And we have already talked about the difference in modes. You can also select grayscale, and then the image will become black and white. Well, that's it. The next item that we will now consider will be the image size. This command shows the size of the current image, and you can set the units of measurement that are most suitable for you. For example, I have millimeters, but there could be, for example, pixels or centimeters. That is, choose what is more convenient for you. Let's leave pixels, and here you can immediately adjust your image to some size that will be used for printing. And there are already common presets here. For example, you can choose A4 format, or for example 4 to 6 inches, which corresponds to the size of a 10 by 15. And your image is adjusted to this size. The resample allows you to resize the image with maximum quality preservation. And you can choose the option that suits you. If you select the automatic option, then Photoshop selects the resample method based on the type of document and scale adjustments. If you choose Preserve Details Enlargement, the noise reduction slider becomes available, and you can smooth out the noise when increasing the image. I want to tell you that it's better not to enlarge the image unless it's absolutely necessary, because in this case its quality will suffer quite a lot. Without noticeable loss of quality, you can enlarge the image by about 5%. Preserve Details 2.0 gives a very interesting result of enlarging the picture. Of course, the detail doesn't become more expressed, but the image increases quite a lot without losing clarity. And in this case, the noise reduction slider becomes available, which allows you to somewhat reduce the quality loss that occurs when the image is enlarged. And if in the future, for example, you will use some kind of filter that somehow makes these details not so obvious, then in principle everything can be pretty good. Bicubic smoother enlargement is also one of the methods that allow you to enlarge the image with less loss of quality than with automatic mode. This option appeared earlier than Preserve Details 2.0, and if you choose between them, it is better to choose an option called Preserve Details 2.0, because there you can also adjust the noise. Well, we still have Bicubic Sharper Reduction. This is a good option for reducing the image size with increased sharpness. For example, if you have a very sharp details, then when the picture is reduced, it may start to ripple. Therefore, in this case, when you reduce the image, we choose a Bicubic Sharper Reduction option. Another option of reducing the image is Nearest Neighbor or Hard Edges, and we still have the Bilinear option. This method adds new pixels by calculating the average color value of the surrounding pixels. As a result of this option, you can get a fairly average quality photo. Here in this window, you can move your previews and decrease or increase its size in order to see what image quality you get as a result. The width and height parameters will change proportionally if this lock is enabled, and when you change one value, for example, the second one also changes. If the lock is disabled, then the width and height can be changed separately. Also here we have a Scale Styles option. Well, I recommend keeping it turned on, because if you apply some layer styles, then it will scale along with the entire image. And to sum up, it is advisable not to increase the image unless it's absolutely necessary, because this leads to a loss of quality. If you still do this, choose Preserve Details 2.0 and adjust the noise reduction. And if you reduce the image, it is best to choose a Bicubic Sharper Reduction. But if somehow the result doesn't quite suit you, then you can try other options. The next command that we will talk about is called a canvas size, or it is also can be invoked by a keyboard shortcut Alt plus Ctrl plus C. So we choose this command, and it allows you to change not the image size itself, but the size of the canvas on which the image is located. For example, we can increase or reduce our image. while choosing the parameters that we need. You can set some numbers in millimeters or centimeters. Well, let's try to set percentages. Please pay attention that meanwhile the main layer is blocked. So let's set it like this. Let's say we will have 120% width, and we will have, for example, 200% height. Just for clarity, we can choose the canvas extension color, for example, the background color or the foreground color, and so on. I think everything is clear here. It is the location option. It is not necessarily to increase all sides of the image. It can be like this, or like this. That is, we can choose from which sides to increase or decrease our image. And let's choose this one, and click OK. And look what we have got. That is, we have increased the space of our document for a certain number of percentages on a certain number of sides. Now let's see what happens if we unlock the layer. I do it and go to the image canvas size, and let's increase it in percentage again. Let's say 110 and 110, and let's make sure that the canvas is increased from all sides and click OK. As you can see, transparent pixels have been added, which we can fill in at our discretion. For example, we can create a layer below the layer that we have and fill it with, for example, a gradient. Let's try to do it. Choose some gradient. I'm not really bothering right now. I just choose the first one that comes along. For example, I make a fill like this. And that's what we got as a result. If we reduce the size of the canvas, then part of the image will be cut off in the proportions we have chosen. This is how this option works. Let's move on. Next in line is trim. It allows us to crop the image. For example, we can crop it based on the transparent pixels, top left pixel color and bottom right pixel color. That is, if we leave the upper parameter, then our image will be cropped based on transparent pixels. Click OK, and we see that nothing has happened, although we have transparent pixels on the top layer. In general, there are no transparent pixels along the edge of the image. And if we didn't have this layer, then look what would we get. Image trim based on transparent pixels, and the image is cut off the way we need. And now let's fill our gradient background with white color and select the image trim top left pixel color or bottom right pixel color. Let's have the top left pixel color option, and of course we can choose top or bottom, and so on. OK. And the image is cropped again, because the white pixels of the software are not considered colored. That is, in fact, this operation is similar to the cropping. Now let's consider the possibility of creating a duplicate of our existing file. Image duplicate. And here we can choose wherever to merge layers in the new file that we will create or to leave them as they are. That is, we have the word copy added to the name of our file. We click OK, and we are creating another file like this. And let's choose image, duplicate, duplicate merged layers only. Here we have a copy too. OK. And look, here we have layers combined into one. So today we have studied such simple operations. I hope you practice it by yourself, since some special homework is not required here. And it's all for today. It was Peter Romanov and AIM School. See you next time.